Hi guys, how are you? I hope you guys in a good situation. My name is Kristio Talan and I will telling you guys about Islam, Pancasila and culture in Indonesia. Background: Indonesia is a country with a diversity of culture, religion and tribes. That's the important element that are the main foundation in Indonesian socio-politic life are Islam, Pancasila, and culture. That's the aspect from the country identity, but are also interlaid in maintaining harmony and progress for Indonesia to become a democracy and just a country. Pancasila, as the basis of the Indonesian state, has a very important role in building a plural nation unity. Pancasila summarizes universal values that can be accepted by all levels of Indonesian society by not considering difference in religion, ethnicity, or group Pancasila as the basis for making political and social decisions that reflect diversity. Next, the concept of Islam in the Indonesian context. We have 4 points here. The first one: Islam is a monotheistic religion based on revelation revisited by the Prophet Muhammad SAW as a guide to life for mankind. Linguistically, the word Islam comes from the Arabic language, which means surrender or submission to Allah or God Almighty. The second is etymologically, the word Islam comes from Arabic, which is rooted in the word salama, which means safe, peaceful, and submissive. Third, Islam teaches that there is only one God, namely Allah, who is the creator for everything in the universe. And the last one: Islam is a religion that teaches total surrender to Allah by following His instructions through revelation delivered by the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Next, the role of Islam in the formation of Indonesian culture. Here are examples and analysis of how Islam influenced the Indonesian culture. The first one: the field of art and culture. Quranic calligraphy is one of the most appreciated art forms, and also batik, which is one of the culture heritage element. Music and dance. Traditional Indonesian music such as gamelan is often combined with lyrics that break Islam, and also traditional dance such as saman from Aceh or plate dance from West Sumatra means to convey the moral values and religion teaching. Customs. The tradition of visiting each other and apologize during Eid al-Fitr reflects Islamic values of forgiveness and brotherhood. Politics and the system of government include the establishment of Islam kingdoms such as the Kingdom of Samudra Pasai and the Kingdom of Demak, which played their role in the dismantling the Islamic kingdom in Indonesia. A bridge that unites the nation. Truth is teaching, namely ukhuwah or brotherhood, to respect each other different truth, the parties of friendship. In the next slide, we're talking about the influence of Islam in socio-cultural life in Indonesians. Here are some of the main influence brought about by the entry of Islam into Indonesia. We have 2 points here. The first one: the social aspect include the abolition of the caste system were before the arrival of Islam, especially in Hindu and Buddhism tradition. The second point is cultural aspect include change in the social structure. Islam bring change in the social structure where ulama and kiai become important figure in society. They were respected for their religion knowledge and his create a new hierarchy based more on science and morality than heredity. Next, Pancasila and its implementation. The One God affirms that Indonesian recognize the existence of the one God and applauds religious values and religious freedom. Fair and civilized humanity, respecting human dignity and human rights, and creating fair, civilized, and compassionate relationship between the others. Indonesian unity, prioritizing the unity of entire Indonesian nation regardless of ethnicity, religion, race, or class. Democracy led by wisdom in deliberation and representative. Prioritizing democracy based on deliberation for consensus in the decision making, taking into account the interests of the people. Social justice for all Indonesian people. Realizing social justice for all Indonesian people in the economic, social, and cultural field. Ensure that development and prosperity are felt by all levels of society, both in urban and rural areas, by minimizing social disparities. Next, culture in the life of the nation. Culture can be defined as the entirety of human creation, taste, and culture in social life. It encompasses the intellectual, moral, ethical, and aesthetic values that develop within a particular groups of society and are passed down from generation to generation. In the context of national life, culture plays a role as a foundation that connects individuals with society, strengthens national identity, and become a means to strengthen unity. Next, relationship between Islam, Pancasila, and culture. Islam and Pancasila. The first point, the one God and Islam have the same value, namely teaching to existence of a monotheistic God, namely Allah. Also, religious tolerance is also taught in Islam. Next, fair and civilized humanity and Islam. Islam is strongly emphasized the importance of fair treatment of fellow human beings, regardless of ethnic, racial, or religious background, and human rights. In Islam, the basic right of every individual. Next, Indonesian unity. Islam teaches the importance of maintaining the unity and unity of the people, both in religion life and in social life, and respecting difference. Next, democracy led by wisdom in deliberation or representation and Islam. Islam teaches the concept of surah or deliberation in the decision making both in the state's affairs and in daily life. The last one, social justice for all Indonesian people. Islam teaches about social justice, where every individual has the right to get welfare and live a decent life. Next, Islam and culture. Islam does not impose a specific culture, but rather emphasizes on appreciating diversity and positive change in local culture in accordance with religious teaching. Islam teaching that diversity is part of God's destiny and a form of grace. Allah says in the Quran, which states that humans were created within various tribes, nations, and skin color to know each other, not to hate or demean each other. Islam provides with space for the development of local culture in a creative and adaptive way. Islam does not force the elimination of local culture, but rather provide direction so that the culture is harmony with religion principles. Examples of its application can be seen in the tradition as such as wayang kulit, gamelan, literature, and clothing, which have been adapted to Islam values. Next is the conclusion. Islam, Pancasila, and culture interact with each other in forming a harmonious social order in Indonesia. Islam provides the basic of moral values and priorities justice, brotherhood, and tolerance. Pancasila, as a state ideology, strengthens the unity of a pluralistic nation and creates space for cultural diversity. Meanwhile, Indonesian rich and diverse culture is a medium for practicing the teaching of Islam in Pancasila and Pancasila in daily life. That's all and thank you.